Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel.
In 2 miles, take
I want
exit
to talk
231
about the sad demise of Andrew Lester. A gun story gone wrong. That is the caption of my video. Sorry, I was pausing watching this person speeding. Now they in the same spot as I am. I don't understand people when people rushing, but you at a stoplight. But anyway, the sad demise of Andrew Lester. Now I have understand. He's a 85-year-old man that lives alone, which I imagine if I'm 85, I want to be at home too, but unfortunately we all gonna get to a point where we won't be able to manage our house. And who is a huge political person. I'm trying to say that very nice in order not to offend people, political parties, but he leans very close to his political opinion, and like I call it, he's a borderline racist underneath his breath. His demise is that he did not do due diligence. He did not do, I guess, the gun creed, if you want to call it that. He did not do the proper techniques of gun ownership. He used his insecurities and his fears, and he projected it as a weapon. And he shot a person that did not need to be shot, which is not too far from people that really do feel that way. There's a lot of people who deep down have a lot of insecurities and bias towards other race, and people say we all racist. Well, you know what? We may start out that way because we didn't know better, but you can read a book and learn from other cultures and change your way of thinking. I used to be that way, and then I had the blessing to be around multiple cultures and learn from them, and they learned from me, and I learned that we're all pretty much the same, you know. But anyway, gun ownership gone wrong. He probably had his weapon loaded, which you have the right to do that. Some people say don't. I see that it's okay. In my opinion, you gotta be ready when you need it. And he did gun ownership wrong, and he made the gun community look bad with his thinking. Now the NRA is not going to come and talk to him. I even read that his lawyer is trying, want him to plead some type of something, to get him lesser times. But it's a sad demise. He made a terrible mistake of judgment. He used his insecurities and his biased fears. And made a terrible decision and judgment. And this is all the cases of gun ownership gone wrong. He cast a doctor, stand your ground, knock. He did it all wrong. So he can never own a firearm again. I'm pretty sure. He cannot leave the county, which he wasn't going to. He made bail, which he have the right to by law, and a lot of people are like, well, he should, still be in jail. You gotta take the emotion out of this and look at this legal, because you can make a clear decision when you look at it legal. It's easy for a person to get wrapped up when you see what he did to another person. But the law is not an emotional thing. You have to use common sense, and you got to let due process work out. Because you can make an emotional decision and backfire down the line. There's people who have made or just have made emotional decision, and that person played on their emotion and got scot-free. And then they end up going back to kill somebody. And then now, 20 years later, they're like, now I guess I should have did that. Well, you made an emotional decision. You didn't do the due diligence of the law and judge according to the law. And I'm not even an attorney at all. I just believe that you got to play things out in the law. That's where it really counts. Not social media opinion, not TikTok opinion, but the law. So he'll never own a gun again. He's going to be in jail for life or the rest of wherever his life is. And it's everything that went wrong in gun ownership. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't be quick to react. And this is the opportunity. You could have a less lethal. You could show that less lethal through the window if you felt like you was threatened. And and just say, hey, I got a gun, leave my property. And then if that kid was any type of kid, like, oh, shoot. And he started running. That was probably good enough. But no, you have to bring out your gun, shoot first, and ask questions later, like how a lot of gun owners are. And then here we are. Nobody gonna believe you. All your family members is turning against you, and you just a pathetic old man. You just a pathetic old man that people just say good riddance. That's a terrible way to end your days. But let that be a lesson to you. That do your guns, and do the due process of when you fire that gun, because you are responsible for every bullet. Every bullet that comes out of that gun, you're responsible for. And so when people say, well, I'd rather be carried by 12, no, I'd rather be judged by 12 and then carried by 6. Well, here's the 12, and the 12 will all convict you of murder. Well, not murder, but it's going to convict you. And so thank God that child survived. I mean, it's just amazing that boy survived this, and he's going to get all the love that he deserved. Granted, it's going to be a whole lot of trauma, but I'm glad he's alive to live to tell about it. So, yeah, this is where a less lethal could have been much needed. and that kid would have, and nobody would get hurt. Let's say he shot through his own window with a burner or less lethal. The worst that happened is that kid would be on the ground in pain, and then he'll call the police. Granted, he'll still face charges, but he'll be in a much better situation. But I think I always say this about suicide. You use a temporary situation to give you a permanent answer. So people use a gun for a permanent answer. And there's many cases where it's not required a permanent answer. It's not required a permanent answer. So this is one of them. All right. Have a great day and have a great weekend. All right.